Welcome to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast on civil and military drones.
Welcomed by some, feared by others. Whichever side you're on, listen carefully because drones are here to stay. And they're forcing us to rethink business models and our laws and safety and security standards.
Yes, they are. So how can we make sense of this vast and complex drone landscape? And how exactly will drones impact our lives? Stay with us.
They come in many shapes and sizes, ranging from insect-sized types to large ones weighing several tons. And they're opening the door to a new era of almost limitless potential. But what are these mysterious creatures that are increasingly populating our skies?
Unmanned aerial vehicles, remotely piloted aircraft systems, or unmanned aircraft systems. These are all the different ways of referring to what are most commonly known as drones.
They're not new. Actually, the earliest documented unmanned flight is believed to have taken place 180 years ago during an Austrian attack over the city of Venice using unmanned balloons filled with explosives. But never before have they offered such a wide range of applications.
Indeed, civil drones are mainly used for entertainment and recreational purposes such as photography, but can also be used in agriculture, delivery services, search and rescue missions, and humanitarian operations. It's estimated that energy, agriculture, construction and transport are the top industries for the civil drones market.
In the military realm, drones are predominantly deployed in intelligence, reconnaissance and surveillance missions, but also in combat missions, increasingly through the use of armed drones. Although the use of armed drones is still highly controversial and subject to many international debates, but the advantages are manifold. For the operator, increased safety, less risk of loss of human life, and cheaper maintenance and acquisition.
These advantages have favoured quick technological progress, which in turn has led to the mass commercialisation of drones, and there's money to be made.
Projections by Goldman Sachs set the potential market value for drones at $100 billion by 2020, and the European Commission estimates that drones will have an economic impact of more than €10 billion per year and create over 100,000 jobs in the EU by 2035.
But while the projections range up to the hundreds of billion, most scholars agree that drones are indeed a disruptive, innovative aviation technology, which will have long-lasting effects for decades to come. However, regulatory and oversight challenges remain, particularly regarding dual-use drones. Want to know more? Stay with us.
Well, the problem in Europe until now was that rules governing the use of drones vary greatly from country to country. But that's about to change, as the European Commission can now regulate civil drones, and the European Aviation Safety Agency will also help ensure that civil drone users have one common set of rules to follow.
And 2019 has been a crucial year. In March, the EU approved new rules applying the highest ever safety standards for drones. And a few weeks later, in May, the Commission harmonised requirements for drone users, making Europe the first region in the world to have a comprehensive set of rules for the safe use of drones.
Now, that's surely one important step forward, but another remaining challenge for regulators, officials and manufacturers alike is the need to gain citizens' and consumers' trust. And that's easier said than done.
Actually, recent studies demonstrate that while most people approve of the use of drones for search and rescue operations, natural emergencies or fighting criminals, many still fear that drones can be misused or cause accidents. Which is not surprising, given that drones have been in the public eye more often for their misuse than their accomplishments.
So accurate protection and insurance mechanisms, as well as transparency and effective communications, are imperative to dissipate fears and prepare citizens for the upcoming drone age. But there are more challenges remaining.
One of these challenges is data protection. Even the smallest drones can easily take pictures, record conversations, and intercept electronic communications. More advanced ones can even recognise faces. So even if EU rules protect citizens' personal data and set strict conditions for the processing of this data, enforcement of these rules may be problematic when it comes to drones.
That's why the EU has adopted some extra safety measures to ensure that drones do not violate people's privacy. Other remaining challenges include liability in cases of accident and damage and the disruption of public spaces.
You might remember the January 2019 incident at Newark Airport in the US, where all takeoffs had to be halted and inbound planes were stuck in the air due to a drone being spotted nearby, and a similar incident that took place at the UK's Heathrow Airport in the same month.
And as with any new, highly digital technology, the risk of cyber attacks and hacking is high. To EU cyber experts, that vulnerability hinges on the quality of a drone's software. Therefore, its developer must be able to prove that their system upholds basic security principles.
To help address all these challenges and pave the way for the smooth integration of drones into Europe's airspace, the EU is also helping finance research projects in cutting-edge technological areas, from drones to robots and artificial intelligence.
Experts argue that the end goal of European drone policymaking is to build up Europe's technological base by playing the strengths of both the civil and military sectors. But has the EU fully understood the opportunities and vulnerabilities that accompany such technological breakthroughs?
In the past 5 years, the European Parliament has been very vocal in the drone debate, emphasising the need to protect citizens' data and privacy and ensuring the safe integration of drones in our airspace. It has also focused on the issue of maintaining human control over autonomous weapons systems, such as drones.
In the next 5 years, it will oversee the implementation of new EU rules on the safe use of drones and scrutinise the increase in both the civil and military use of drones.
And as the Parliament wants to strengthen its position as one of the EU's lawmaking machines, as well as its role in foreign and security policy, it will surely keep an eye on the evolving drone landscape. So stay tuned.
You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast.